It is a little after 4 o'clock on a Monday, and that means it's time for Monday Mirages. Goz scours the interweb for stories from the world of sports that just puzzle him slightly, and we have to find out whether they're real, as in they will happen again and he better get used to it, or Mirage, as in, don't worry, dude, it was just you drinking too much.
Yeah, basically. And sometimes we have to make you predict the future, like this first one. Yankees and Twins get underway, 6:25. Our coverage gets started, 7:05. First pitch right here on 104.5 The Team. If the Yankees sweep the Twins, they clinch a playoff spot. Real or Mirage?
I don't have the math in front of me. I think, I don't know if they would, like, are you saying
mathematically they would not clinch?
Okay.
If they do,
no worries after that.
You're basically in.
I think if you take two or three from the Twins, it's over. You probably put them in a position where they're fighting for their playoff lives, but you're all set. I'd say just continue to win series. As of right now, mathematically speaking, the Yankees can clinch a playoff spot with 7 wins. Or a combination thereof, 7 wins and other losses. The first wild card with 8.
Yeah, and they'd be halfway there if they take 3 of the 7 against Minnesota. So you're basically hoping for half your test to get done for a week and a half. Yeah, I'm going real on this one, man. You got Minnesota sitting right in front of you. Now someone's going to say, well, gosh, what if they get swept by the Twins? Does that mean they're going to be out of the playoffs? No. I'm saying you're setting yourself up as a team in the Yankees that you can get this thing going. You can enter your Friday game against Toronto and have the pitchers you want to get ready for, whether it either be an ALDS you're chasing after or the one-game wild card, whatever team it be, the Twins or the Angels going forward. Real. It's a big series. The Yankees can have things wrapped up there.
I think they just win the series. They've won the last 5 series. There's no reason to think they won't win their 6th series in a row. So if they win that, then I think they're in.
After a 20,
I think they're already in.
Oh, so you think they're already in, so it doesn't even matter. So kind of like Mirage then for you. Like they could lose 2 of 3 and still get in. It doesn't matter that
Basically,
much.
yeah, because I don't think they're going to have a winning. I don't think they're going to have a losing record the rest of the way out the year, which is the only way that they would possibly fall on their face, in my opinion.
The New York Jets lost by 25 points to the Oakland Raiders. But are the New York Jets worse than you thought? Real or Mirage?
That's a Mirage. I thought they were really going to get stomped, and I know 45-20 looks like an absolute just drubbing. But they never quit. And that was my biggest problem with them last year. I knew they weren't the most talented team in the league last year, but they quit on Todd Bowles. Sheldon Richardson was a problem. Brandon Marshall apparently was a problem. Those guys are gone, and this team, this game was over. Let's be perfectly honest. Third quarter, game's over. They didn't quit. And so that, for me, is going to be a big thing moving forward. You got Muhammad Wilkerson, Leonard Williams, you got Jamal Adams, you got a lot of young talent, especially on the defensive side. And if those guys can get through this and not be, the kind of team that gives up early or doesn't play the last whistle, I think they're farther ahead than I thought they were. Which I'm not saying that they're going to be good right away, but they're better than I thought they were.
Yeah, I'm Mirage with you too. They're better than I thought they were going to be, but is that a good enough excuse for them to be bad now? Like, you and I both thought they were going to be terrible this season. The fact that they're not that terrible is a success. No.
It's like when you take everybody out to dinner and you're like, this could be $500, and it comes back and it's $350. You're like, nice. It still sucks. It's still terrible.
Get that credit card bill after the holiday season. You just feel like you're going to be in debt. I'm still have money in my bank account.
I'm just broke.
So I guess the answer is Mirage, but we're hitting like a Cleveland Brown, Jacksonville Jaguar attitude with the Jets, where if it's not that bad, be happy, I guess. We're swinging over to the Buffalo Bills, the team they lost to in Week 1. Zay Jones, the rookie wide receiver, will become a better player because of his drop in Sunday's game against Carolina. Real and Mirage.
Zay Jones is a bit of a mystery to me because so physically gifted, we know he's got skills. They hired his wide receiver coach from college for the wide receiver coach for the Bills. They are doing everything they can to make him good. We all know that only goes one of 2 ways. You either live up to expectations or you don't, and you're dropped out of town. I'm going to go real. He's going to be better. You have such a crush on this kid that I'm going to fall for it too. I'm going to say real. He's going to be better.
I want him to be better. I hope that's the right answer. I know it's like the coaching thing. I can imagine him watching the tape today, and the coach is saying, you're going to become a better player because of this. Don't let this define your career. This will be adversity you have to get over. The thing you bring up about that wide receiver coach is interesting. because it's not the same offense. Even though it's the same coach, they ran a lot of split screens. You know, snap the football, you throw it out to your wide receiver as quick as possible. This is a lot different in Buffalo. Is he going to become a better player because of the play? I'm going to go Mirage, but I think he's going to become a better player just because of who he is. Like, the play won't define his career. This is just going to be Zay Jones doing the right things, saying the right things, and hopefully living up to expectations as he grows as a football player and gets used to Tyrod and carries himself the right way. Not necessarily a play, but as a player, he'll get better. The Dallas Cowboys, they need to be concerned after the blowout loss to the Denver Broncos. Real or Mirage?
Real. I didn't. I thought they were going to be way better. I actually feel bad about the Giants after seeing how bad the Cowboys were.
See, I was going to say the same thing, Levack. I was going to say, can I answer this question tomorrow? Because if New York comes out here and New York gets blown out by Detroit, then I want to answer real. The Cowboys should be concerned about how they played against Denver, because now I got to review the Giants and the Cowboys. But if the Cowboys bounce back in week 3 and the Giants look good tonight, I'd say Mirage. I'm not trying to duck my own question. I guess I'm going to say Mirage for now, but it could be real later. Like, this is a really tough one. The sand is in my eyes. I can't tell.
I knew that Denver's defense could do that to Dallas's offense. I didn't think Denver's offense could do that to Dallas's defense.
Yes.
Trevor Siemian looked like Joe Montana out there.
16 of 32 NFL quarterbacks, I should say 15 of 30 NFL quarterbacks that have played this week, they all had more rushing yards than Ezekiel Elliott had against the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, and all the criticism coming from LaDainian Tomlinson and everybody that he quit. He didn't chase down the other team on turnovers and stuff. I mean, look, you're not making a good name for yourself already. The least you can do is give us all you got on the field. Zeke Elliott, man, I'm starting to worry about that kid quite a bit as a football player.
Because of why? Because of,
like, with everything going on off the field, you're already wondering what his real priorities are. Are you a football player or are you a party boy? Are you Johnny Manziel?
Yeah.
And on top of that, now you're not giving me 110% effort on the field?
I get he's getting criticized for that play, but I can't pinpoint besides that an issue in the game where I'm like, oh, he had a lot of space to run. Oh, he could have done this a little bit. Denver was just so dominant. I mean, it looked like a team from years ago that won the Super Bowl, if not better than that defense. That's how good they looked over the weekend. How about this one? That Sunday night football game between the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons in their new Mercedes Superdome. The Packers are in trouble when Aaron Rodgers isn't on. Real or Mirage?
Oh yeah, real. I mean, if he's off, they're in trouble. They haven't committed enough to the run game, so they can't necessarily weather the storm like some teams can. The problem is, how often is that guy off?
Right, but it seems like a very easy question. Hey, if Rodgers struggles, the Packers struggle. But doesn't that make them a less balanced team? Like, we're talking about the top 5 teams in the NFC. Probably the Seahawks, maybe the Falcons, Cowboys, Giants, all these teams that made the playoffs last season. We're talking about a team that's not balanced. It's the Packers. Do they have a really great defense? Nah. Do they have a really good wide receiver? Yeah. Their running back's a converted wide receiver. Clay Matthews is still on defense, sure, but you really look at that Packer roster and step back a second and think, boy, they are in trouble without Aaron Rodgers. It's not that good of a team.
Yeah, but here's the good news. He's like the reverse of Santa Claus. He's only off once a year, you know?
That's another amazing stat I heard over the weekend, that Aaron Rodgers in his entire career has 1 pick 6 interception return for a touchdown. Brett Favre had 35.
Brett Favre was crazy.
35.
And Aaron Rodgers is the fastest to 150.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about it, he surpasses Marino and Peyton Manning. He's phenomenal, and he just plays every game. So they'll be just fine.
I got 2 more for you. Real and Mirage. The Triple G Canelo Alvarez rematch happens.
That's real. It will happen. You want to know Real and Mirage? Will I watch it? Mirage? No, I will not.
Oh, okay. Why?
They
because
had
you
their
just can't
chance.
trust it now? You just don't know?
Yeah, it's a joke, man. Like the days of trusting boxing are over, man. Like you wagged your finger at the UFC and said they were making a mockery of the sport, and then you made a bigger mockery of the sport. I'm good with it, man. Golden Boy, you're welcome to the show, but I'm not watching your fights.
I didn't pay for the fight. I had a nice Spanish feed off of my cell phone. I really hacked into it real well. Hopefully I don't get arrested for saying that, but I watched the fight. I watched it. Triple G Canelo. It was a good fight, but I'm not spending $100 on it. I'm not paying $100, and then at the end of the fight, someone romping me of what I thought I saw. I'm with you on this. I think the rematch happens real. Mirage, money's not coming out of my pocket to pay for it. Last one here, if I don't get a chance to sneak it onto the show later this week. The Syracuse football team will keep it within 25 points this Saturday when they play on the road against the LSU Tigers in Death Valley.
Sorry, buddy. Mirage. I'm sorry. Bigger, stronger, faster, more talent.
You know, there was 2 years ago when I was producing the show, and there was a bet that was 50 points, and Leonard Fournette ran for 3 touchdowns, but all 3 touchdowns got called back on holdings or clippings, and Syracuse kept it close. And LSU just got destroyed by Mississippi State over the weekend. Mirage, they're not going to keep it within 25. I hope they do. I felt way more confident 2 years ago. Not so much confident in night games in Death Valley. Nah.
Your Q's team's they're in a little bit of trouble this year.
Yeah, they're not looking good against LSU. No,
not very good at all. No, it's the truth. Levack Goz live from KDO Burns as we prepare for Monday Night Football and we get somebody qualified for a trip or two to the Super Bowl. So get on in here, get yourself some good. So the wings are always amazing. We cannot recommend the Reuben flatbread pizza enough. Like every time we said somebody, they're like, dude, you're out of your mind. That can't be good. It's amazing. And every time somebody tries it with us, they get hooked just like we did, and it becomes a ritual. You're in here for it. So get in here. We're qualifying right up till about 6:15, and then the game tonight. Plenty of TVs, plenty of great food, beer, and service. $3 Bud Light drafts during NFL games.